Hello there. I'm a researcher for the SCP Foundation. You can call me Gumdrop. And I feel like people need to know about these creatures. The creatures that are hidden away from everyone else. So I'm going to be leaking these confidential files so the world can finally know what we are holding. These are the SCP files. The SCP in question is SCP-701. Object Class, Euclid. Special Containment Procedures. All materials relating to 701 are to be kept in a triple-locked archive at storage site. These items currently consist of the 2 currently extant copies of the 1640 Quarto, 27 copies of the 1965 trade paperback edition, 10 copies of the 1971 hardcover printing, 21 floppy diskettes consisting of data seized from raids on 1 SVHS video cassette tape, and 1 steel knife of unknown origin. At no time are any of these items to be removed from the room. Access to the area is to be heavily monitored. Absolutely no personnel whatsoever is to be granted access to the archive without the express in-person permission of Doctors and J. SCP-701, The Hanged Man's Tragedy, is a Caroline-era revenge tragedy in 5 acts. Performances of the play are associated with a sudden psychotic and suicidal behavior amongst both the observers, the participants, as well as the manifestation of the mysterious figure classified as SCP-70-1. Historical estimates place the number of lives claimed by the play at between and over the past 3 years. Performances of the Hanged King's Tragedy do not always end with an outbreak. Of the recorded performances, only have ended in SCP-701 events. According to historical records and investigations, these outbreaks generally follow the same pattern. 1 to 2 weeks prior to the event, during the dress rehearsal period, cast will begin to spontaneously deviate from the published text of the play. Rather than improv or gaffes associated with going off script, said deviations will be both orderly and consistent, as if the actors were working on a new version of the script. The cast and production crew will seem unaware of any change, and if it is brought to their attention, will state the play has run that way from the beginning. 2 to 3 hours prior to the event, the outbreak generally occurs during opening night, or else at production with the greatest planned attendance. 1 to 2 hours before the event, SCP-701-1 begins to appear on stage in the final scene of Act 1, generally in the background or to the side of the main stage. It may seem to enter or exit the stage area, but does not appear to ever enter the backstage or offstage area. It simply disappears when not on stage. The cast does not appear to notice or comment on SCP-701-1, at least at first. The event. SCP-701-1 appears fully on stage during the banquet scene in Act 5. Here, it will be incorporated into the action of the play as the Hanged King. The cast will either murder each other or commit suicide, sometimes using items that seem to appear spontaneously on stage. Rioting breaks out in the audience, with viewers randomly attacking anyone in front of them, regardless of prior relationship. Following the event, if any of the audience members survive the initial outbreak, they may exit the performance space, in which case, they will continue to engage in random or opportunistic violence. Victims will generally require sedation or restraint in this scenario. Surviving victims will generally exhibit signs consistent with traumatic experience. Some will have no recollection of the event. Others may be rendered permanently comatose or psychotic. For a typical case study of an outbreak, see Incident Report SCP-701-19-1. An analysis of the events leading up to the last uncontained SCP-701 event in during a high school drama performance in. For more information on the play's published text, see document SCP-701-1640-B1. In short, SCP-701 is a self-evolving memetic virus, transmitted through unknown means through the text of the play. Dr. L has theorized that SCP-701 events may evolve. This hypothesis is consistent with a spike in levels detected via satellite in the vicinity of the 19 incident, indicating Foundation agents are understanding orders to suppress any performance or publication of SCP-701 whenever found or detected. However, the play remains freely available online, sometimes under different titles. All attempts to detect or isolate the origin of these copies have failed. Suppression of the play's publication has generally become successful. Most copies of a 1971 scholarly edition destroyed before distribution. Nonetheless, copies of the 1965 trade paperback turn up with some regularity in both college and high school libraries. The first known publication of the Hanged King's Tragedy was a quarto dated 1640. The play's author is not listed. The publisher, one named William Cook, disappeared from the historical record soon thereafter. Strangely, the text does not appear in the stationer's register. The first known SCP-701 event on record occurred in during the performance of the play in USA. Other significant incidents include 19 performance at a small theater in the university, the first SCP-701 event successfully suppressed by the Foundation, the 19 Broadcast Corporation, and the 19 incident in Ohio, USA, designated SCP-701-19-1. The publication of SCP-701 is the following: Original 1640 Quarto, 1733 Follow Edition, 1813 Cambridge University Press Edition, 1965 Trade Paperback Edition, and 1971 Hardback Edition. Agents should note that copies of the play have been misfiled under different titles or spellings of the title. Furthermore, photocopies of the 1965 text have been found in circulation throughout college theater departments in both the US and in the United Kingdom. Additional information includes, given the high probability of in mind, I again recommend that SCP-701 then upgraded to Keter class. The SCP-701 memetic virus may very well be the forefront of an invasion scenario. Dr. Le... Fuck, I can hear him. Let me see if I can get more information. What the fuck is this? This was denied. None of the current information we have on SCP-701 indicates a XK class scenario. Until we have additional information, classification will remain at Euclid. Face facts, Doctor. The cat's been long out of the bag on this one. And in this line of business, we consider ourselves lucky if we only lose 100 or so people every 10 years. 05 dash... Shit! Someone's coming! Alright, I'm gonna leave it here. I'll be back with more information on more SCPs. The world needs to know what monsters we have and what they're capable of. Until then, I'm researcher Codename Gumdrop. I'll see you next time.
Hey everyone! Oh, it's Sugarcane here. And real quick, I just want to thank the author, the musician, my editor, the artists, and you guys for making my channel possible. They'll be linked down below. And if you enjoy content like this, go ahead and subscribe. And remember, try not to develop a sugar crush. It may be deadly.